Hello, and welcome to Anatomy and Physiology 2 online lecture and lab. Today, you're going to begin a journey in which you will complete the systems in Anatomy and Physiology 2 that you did not cover in Anatomy and Physiology 1. And that brings up a very important point. You must have completed Anatomy and Physiology 1 2500 level lecture and lab with a C or better to be in this course. So make sure that you have completed ANP 1 lecture and lab with a C or better in this course. If that is not the case, you need to send me an email and tell me what the situation is so that we can make sure you get the correct course that you need and that you're on the right path. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Jana Causey. I am the Department Chair of Science and Health on the Hattiesburg campus of Pearl River Community College, and I teach Anatomy and Physiology. And this is one of my favorite courses to teach, so I'm very excited that you are in my class, that you have chosen to take my class, and I can't wait to have the opportunity to teach you and see where you are in your career and hopefully give some guidance and help you get to your goals. Please don't hesitate to call me. My phone number is 601-554-5515. But the very best way to contact me is email. And my email address is jcausey@prcc.edu. Now, I would like to begin by showing you sort of how to orientate through the course or orientate you to the course and how to navigate through the course, and also to talk a little bit about our syllabus to make sure we've got all those points pointed out. So I'm going to first direct you to the syllabus. Now, you're beginning in course orientation. So you've actually, to be at this video, you've clicked at course orientation. And I'm going to have a little summary of the important points of orientation located right here. So you'll be able to find that. Now let's go on over to our syllabus found in course information here. And you can pull that up. And we'll go ahead and do that. I do recommend that you run a browser check to make sure Blackboard is fully compatible with your computer. We'll go ahead and open our syllabus so we can go through that. All right, so here we are. I've just discussed with you what class you're in and the prereqs, and so let's go back to how to contact me. You can see at the top of the syllabus my phone number, but the very best way to contact me is email, jcausey@prcc.edu. I'm usually very quick to get back to you on email. I am usually going to get back to you within 24 hours, maybe 48, depending on circumstances. But I'm typically pretty quick here, so that is the best way to contact me. I do get my email pretty quickly, and I will try to respond to you in a reasonable amount of time. Give me 48 hours, but it's usually much faster than that. I do hold office hours. You can come see me in person, and I invite you to do so. I really like to have the personal contact if possible. I realize for some of you that won't be, but you're more than welcome to come and let's meet face-to-face. My office hours are 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And of course, you can make an appointment available with me at your convenience, whatever your schedule allows, if you would like to arrange this meeting. Now, let's move on to what's going to be covered this semester. This semester, we're going to begin with blood, and that's part of the circulatory system. So we're going to cover the circulatory system, then we'll move to the endocrine system, the respiratory system, the digestive system, the urinary system, the reproductive system, and then we'll discuss human development as it occurs during pregnancy. We are also going to be involved in a lab course this semester. There's a laboratory component. Yes, you will have that online, and you will have a kit in which you will perform certain techniques and laboratory procedures to help you learn those processes, so you will be able to be successful in a health profession or whatever, a research profession or whatever is needed. And it is absolutely 100% necessary that you be enrolled in lecture and lab to be online. It is a 4-hour course. Even though you'll get 2 separate grades, they will be the same grade. The grade that you achieve in this course will go down in lecture, and it will go down in lab on your transcript. But you must be enrolled in both. It's an integrated course. Now, moving along, of course, our objectives and goals here are to become familiar and comfortable with the systems that we just mentioned. And we want to get a holistic view of these systems. We want to be able to connect them all, see how that they work together, and be able to apply what we learned to the clinical setting, in which most of you will probably be encountering as a career in the future. It is very important that you have the textbook, My Marib, that is mentioned here on the syllabus. That is the textbook we will be using. It's a wonderful textbook. I am okay if you have a previous edition. That will be fine, but you will be required to have the latest edition of Mastering A&P, which is basically an online code. Most of you will probably already have this. You'll probably simply just need to sign in and put in My Course, in which you will have several assignments to complete. And that's if you had me for A&P 1, that's going to be a little bit different. Last semester, when I taught the online A&P 1, most of our enhancement assignments were on Blackboard. I tried to learn from that experience. As most of you know, that was my first time to teach a fully online class. So I'm trying to make a few changes to make it a little easier. And of course, I welcome your comments and critiques on that so that I can make the course the very best that it can be. But you will need that textbook. In the bookstore, it's an a la carte version, meaning it's not going to be a hardback. That is to your advantage. We've packaged all kind of great things for you in that package. It does come with the Mastering A&P code, and I will recommend you going this route if you don't already have the materials, because it will be the cheapest way to purchase the material. So I do recommend the bookstore route. Very often you can find these materials for cheaper, but you won't in this particular situation because of the way that we've packaged this and the relationship we have with the publisher. We were able to get a very good price here. The Mastering A&P code is going to be super important because not only am I going to give you assignments in Mastering A&P, but I'm also going to have you do some lab assignments in 2 very special programs called VisioX 9.0 and TAL 3.0, which are both found in the Mastering A&P. You will also be required to purchase a lab kit, and I need you to do this as soon as possible. We're going to get started pretty quickly in lab, and of course the first lab will actually come from your Mastering A&P on PhysioX. It'll be blood typing, but we are going to get started pretty quickly with that kit. So go ahead and order that. You can see on the syllabus that you can purchase a voucher in the bookstore in which you will surrender that voucher and a kit will be mailed to you. If you do not wish to purchase the voucher in the bookstore, you can purchase it directly from the website listed here. You can see that eScience right there, .com. And you can also see you'll need to tell them this code so that they'll send you the correct kit. Very important. Now, we've discussed the systems that will be covered in this course. And the student learning outcomes are very important as we will be covering that material. And these are the things that I want you to be able to do. So using the correct terminology, identifying the anatomical components that are important to this course, and the systems involved, making connections is one of the really big overall concepts that you'll need to be able to do so that you can relate all those systems to the human body and systems we learned in AMP1. A lot of things we learned in AMP1 will come into play in AMP2. And there's a few basic dissection techniques we want you to learn how to do in this course and that you probably learned in AMP1. And using the microscope is a very important part of anatomy and physiology. So we will talk a little bit more, make sure that you understand the microscope and are able to use it. We'll use a variety of instructional techniques in this class. We'll use PowerPoint, audio lectures, animations, online assessments, self-paced learning in that you will have all week to complete your assignments at your leisure. You will also have some group work, so be prepared for that. Students really grumble about that, but it's a necessary thing. And it's actually one of the most successful tools that an instructor can use in their class. It's a very important lesson to be learned in group work. But we'll have a variety of things going on. Also very important to note, you will have proctored exams. You need to go ahead and schedule those. On the calendar in this course, you will see where to find the dates for those proctored exams. Go ahead and schedule those. Also, go ahead and schedule your final exams. Very, very important. That way, you get your pick of the date. So go ahead and schedule all 3 proctored exams. You'll have 2 regular tested proctored exams and a final exam that you will need to schedule. Let's talk a little bit about the grade in this class. The PRCC grading scale applies. You can see that here. But the difference is your lecture and lab grade are calculated together. The lecture component counts 75%, and the lab component counts 25%. And you can see here in the syllabus how that is divided up. You have major exams and major assignments, so you're going to count 50% of the grade. So you'll want to put a lot of time and effort into these assignments. Your daily work is going to be 25% of that 75% of lecture, and the final exam is 25% of that 75% calculation. In lab, the lab component counts 25% of the final grade. The 2 proctored tests that you'll be taking will have a lab portion. Those tests are very important as those grades will count 2/3 of the final 25%, and your lab assignments will count 1/3. So very, very, very important. Let's talk about attendance. Attendance is also super important. Every single week you will have a quiz. That quiz is super important. It is the attendance marker. So every single week there will be a quiz of some sort, and that's how I will take your attendance. So make sure you take the quiz. I need you to do all the work, and it's very important that you do not get behind. But make sure you take that quiz, which is the attendance marker, because that's how I will mark you present for my course, and you're only allowed to miss 2 quizzes. On the 3rd quiz you will be cut out of my course. So make sure that you go through the course, do all the work, but at a bare minimum take those quizzes to be present for my class. Let's talk a little bit about those quizzes. Those quizzes should be the last thing that you do for that week, because those quizzes tell you that you have mastered the material. You will have 15 minutes to take a 10-question quiz on the material, and it's basically like a small mock test situation. Did you understand and know this material, and are you ready to take a test on that material? So those quizzes will be super important. Now, let's talk a little bit about Netiquette. This is just an important little part of being professional in this course. I do expect you to use proper Netiquette, and that's basically communicating properly, which is an important thing to learn in life so that you can communicate properly using technology. So make sure you don't use text lingo when you talk to me. Talk to me in a professional manner, and that will provide a really good experience for you. Academic dishonesty will not be permitted in my class. Plagiarism is not permitted. Cheating is not permitted. Any of these can result in an F1 assignment and possibly dismissal from the course. So make sure that you handle yourself in the utmost ethical way so that you can get the most out of this course and learn. If you have a disability issue, that information is on the syllabus and who to contact. So if that is something that you need to do, please do that so that we can make sure you have the very best learning experience in my class. Now let's talk just a little bit about how this class, how you need to navigate this course. Announcements will be posted on the Announcements tab here. So you can see that if you need to. I will communicate with you through announcements, but I will always email you any information that you need that you'll find on announcements. So it is very important that you use your PRCC email. That is how I will communicate with you. That is the only way that I will communicate with you because sometimes I will need to send out mass emails through Blackboard, and your PRCC email is connected to that. If you need to forward that email to another email that you check regularly, please call IT at 403-1219. Again, that's 403-1219, and they can help you with that. Now, of course, course information is where you'll find my syllabus and the calendar. So please go here. You will need to read the syllabus carefully. Make sure you understand the syllabus. You will take a syllabus quiz this week and an orientation quiz, making sure that you understand this course. Also, here where you find the course calendar, go ahead and print that out or pull it up and save it so that you know exactly what's going on. Here is where you will find your you'll find a synopsis of what you'll be doing for the week and important dates like when you will take your proctored exams and when you will take your final exam. Also when major assignments are due are listed here. So make sure you become familiar with that. Also in this tab under instructor information, you can find my contact information as well. Like I said, email is a great way to contact me. Now let's talk about what you can expect to do each week. First thing you need to do every week is click on weekly instructions. Weekly instructions will be by date. So you'll see your first week's January 14th through the 21st. All assignments in my class are due the following Monday at midnight. So next Monday will be the 21st, and everything for this week will be due at midnight on that night. So everything is always due the following Monday at midnight, except for the very last week of the course. You'll have to take your final exams by Friday, April 26th. So that will be the only exception. But everything will be due Monday at midnight. Very important that you get that done. Now, each week you'll need to, first of all, to get a synopsis of what's going on that week, just click on the weekly instructions and read carefully the weekly instructions. The weekly instructions will tell you exactly what is going on. So here are your weekly instructions. Please read those carefully. This week you will have a syllabus quiz, a discussion board, and an assignment on mastering A&P. It's basically just an orientation to the assignments you will need to complete. And then for lab, you will have some instructions, and all you'll have to do is upload a screenshot of mastering A&P study area, my study area, so that you will know, that I will know, that you know how to navigate for lab and lecture. You will need to sign into my class. You will find my class information right there on this weekly instructions. So it tells you exactly the code on how to register for my class. So make sure you do that. So first thing you do each week, go ahead and get your weekly instructions. Then everything you do will be under lecture and lab work. So the lecture work for this week It is again separated by date. All you'll have to do is click on the week that we are in, and everything will be right there. So you'll see, here's your discussion board first. Here's your enhancement assignment. Here is your quiz 1, the syllabus and orientation quiz. So those are the 3 things you'll do in lecture this week. Then you can go to lab. Lab is also divided by week. You can then go to that week. And you'll see, here's lab report 1, it's just a screenshot, and that's what you'll be doing this week. But in each week, it'll tell you exactly what you do and how to complete that and what to turn in. So basically everything you'll do is in these 3 tabs. You'll go to weekly instructions, you'll go to lecture work, you'll go to lab work. Make sure you do all of those things and you'll be in great shape. Your grades can be found in Grade Center, so you can go to My Grades to get your grades. I will try to get your work back to you as soon as possible. I'm going to give myself 2 weeks to get your anything that is a written report back to you. Everything else should get back to you faster, but a maximum of 2 weeks to get those reports back to you. I think that's it for course orientation for you. I'll show you right quick. So here's what your tabs look like here. You've got course orientation, course information, my information. These 3 tabs are where you'll spend the most time each week. Your assignments will come from here. 2 more things to show you. Down here at the bottom, these are important. Chapter contents and study tools. That is extra places you can go for practice. And those are basically content that came with the textbook. I won't assign anything from here, but I must say that you can learn a lot and do a lot here that will help you get ready in this course. So take advantage of that. Each chapter has a whole lot of things that you can take advantage of. And then in study tools, this is also value. You have a value to you. You have a histology atlas, helps you with tissues and different things. Flashcards to help you practice. And if you have any problems pronouncing words, please go to the glossary. Very important. That concludes our orientation for this course. Please don't hesitate to contact me if you need my help, and I look forward to this course with you. I'm very excited about having you in my class. Have a great day.